Hi folks, so in this video what we're going to do is we're going to complete a question from the Junior Cycle Graphics Solutions workbook, and the question specifically we're going to be doing is this one here based on this clock tower. Okay, this is kind of I suppose an easy enough one to do, but it's primarily evolved around, I suppose, rectangles, a circle, and we have a triangle then at the top as well. Okay, and really it's, I suppose, an accuracy and measurements exercise and being neat and tidy. So if we look at the base of it, it's got made up of a series of rectangles. The base rectangle is 100 long and is 10 millimeters high, and then everything after that we have another rectangle, then we've kind of these block sections broken up, and we're going to have to fit all those in. So all this really is fitting everything inside of a block that is 100 millimeters in length and 255 millimeters in height. Okay, so that's where we're going to start with there. So this little clock tower here. So zooming out there, so we can fit it on our sheet. I've got an A3 sheet set up here in front of me. I'm going to start the drawing because it is quite big. I'm going to start it right low down on the page. Okay, so I'm going to do construction line. So there's my construction line, and on that line I'm going to pick a start point. So there's my start point, and I'm going to measure 100 millimeters to the right. So from 0 as far as 10. Okay, I'm now going to do a vertical line from those 2 points. So I've got my vertical lines, and now I'm going to measure up 25.5 centimeters or 255 millimeters. So you can see it nearly fits the whole page from 0 up as 255. Made my little mark there at the top. Now I'm going to do a construction line going across. Okay, and there we have our rectangle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all the heights from the clock tower on my sheet. So I've got a height of, we'll look in here, all my heights are 10, 10, 60, 10, 45, 10, 50, 10, 10 with 40 left over. And then I'm going to put in all my measurements going to the right, from left to right, 10, 10, 6, 12, 6, 12, 6, 12, 6, 10, 10, and so on. Okay, so quite a lot of little measurements in there. So starting with the vertical heights, okay, I'm going to do a 10 and a 10, so measuring up, I'm just going to mark them here on this side. So 10, very important that we're bang on the measurements. 10, 10 plus 60 will bring me up as far as the 80. And then I've got another 10 which brings me up as far as the 90. Okay, and at this point then it goes over to 45 millimeters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start measuring up incrementally. So I've got 45 there. After the 45 I have a 10, a 50 and a 10. So let's do my 10. Then I'm going to do the 50. Just like that, so from the 5 up as far as 0, and then I've got, after the 50 I have 2 series of 10s, so from the 20 I'm going to mark up 10 and 10, and I should have 40 left over at the top. Yep, happy with that. Okay, so all those are now going to transfer across, so left and right, being neat and tidy, construction lines. Okay, there's all my construction lines gone across. Now I'm going to put in the measurements along the bottom. So reading from left to right. Now you can move the set square over each time. I'm just going to use maths. So 10 plus 10. Next one is 6. So that brings me to 26. After the 6 I have 12. So 26 plus 12 will get me to 38. And then I have 6 again. So 38 plus 6 will be 44, and 44 after this one I have is 12, so that'll get me to 56, so 6, 56, happy with that. And then after that I have 6, 12, 6, so 6 again, so I've got 4, so that will bring me to 62, plus the 12 is 74, plus 6 brings me to 80, and then the 10s. Okay, so quite a lot of little measurements in there, okay? I'm just building up our time. So, starting off with the base now, this line is going to go up as far as here, the 2 10s on the outside, and I'm going to start with the base. So, having in the right information now, I've got a base rectangle, this one sitting on top of it. Okay, Heavying in the correct information. Okay, so there's my base pieces. Now what I want to do is I want to work up as far as, I'm actually going to transfer those up. That'll help me build in those next little sections. So this line here is actually going to go the whole way up as far as there, and this one as well. And what that's actually going to allow me to do is heavy in the next portions. So this guy, you'll see here now in a second. So this is the different stages of the clock tower. So there's my clock tower starting to heavy in. Now I'm going to heavy in the outside details. Okay. Same with this one, and this one. Okay, so there's them. Now I'm going to fill in the sections in between. So to do the sections in between, it's simply a case now, I'm going to start transferring up my heights actually. So from the next measurement of 10 in, so I had 10, 10, next 10 in. So that will go up on the outside there. And the same here. And once again, switching over my pencil here, I'm going to heavy in the details that are relevant. And then we'll put in all the individual details inside for the windows. Okay, there we have that. And now, next little bit, this line actually should have gone a little bit further. That one should have gone up to as far as there and there. I'm going to heavy in this portion. Excuse me. So there we have that. You can see it taking shape. Now we're just missing the bit here at the very tip top. Easiest way to do that, it's 100 in length. If I mark 50 millimeters in, that'll give me right in the middle. You could also bisect it. So I'm just going to mark 50, and then that will connect down to here like this, and this. Just having in that there now. Okay, so we have the basic shape. We have the basic shape of the clock tower. All we're missing now is some of the details on the inside. Okay, so to get the details on the inside, I'm going to start drawing these lines up here. So I'll start by focusing on the bottom one. So I have a line here, looking at the one above it, it's the exact same. So you can see here, line. These are going to be for the windows. Okay, that's where our windows are going to be inside. And it's going to be the same up in the next one, but I'm just going to focus on the bottom part first and just reference this. So you can see there, that's the lines that are going to project up for the windows, but then we have this little 5mm gap, so at the top it's also going to be 5. Same here, 5 and 5, okay, and then we'll get onto the circular portion. So, in doing that, all I'm going to do, zoom out here again, apologies, so you can see. In doing that, all I'm going to do is, from this line here, I'm going to measure down 5mm and up 5mm. And do a line across and a line across. And really easy then, let's heavy in the right information. So heavy. So they're all heavy there. Heavy, heavy, and heavy. Then going upwards, heavy in the details of the windows, take it bit by bit. Okay, so I've got my windows done there. Now I'm going to move on to the next section. It's the exact same, so the lines will go up. It's just a case of extending them up. That's the exact same method then. I'm going to measure up and down 5mm. So 5mm down and 5mm up. Put my lines across. And it's the exact same method. Heavying in what's relevant. All the little details. Okay, so there we have it. Now in the last little section here, the question is nearly complete. What we have to do is we have to put in a circle. So how do I find the centre? Well, you'll actually see here that if I join the diagonals, join this diagonal to this diagonal and this one to this one, that will give me the centre. And then what is the radius? Well, the top of the circle and the bottom of the circle both touch, I suppose, the sections of the clock tower, and that measurement there is 50. Therefore, the radius should be 25. Okay. Now, easiest way for us to do it, simply connecting diagonal to diagonal, just like this. That should be our centre. Now, if we're accurate, it should, let's see what it does. Actually, it's quite good. It's directly in line with the top as well, as you can see. I'm just going to do a line down there. That'll just come down to your accuracy. And what you're going to do then is you're going to switch it out for your compass. I'm just going to switch out my compass, a little attachment here, so I can have it in better. I'm using my compass. I'm going to put my compass on the point right in the middle. So I'm going to zoom in there so we can see it. Compass on the centre point. And then pencil up to the top. And all I'll do is I'm just going to check that it matches up. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And there we go. And that there is our question complete there based on the clock tower. Okay. Lots of little neat measurements there. That exercise there is really an exercise in being neat and tidy in your construction lines and your finishing lines, and obviously measuring everything accurately. Okay, so you have it, guys. I hope you found that question helpful. That's the question complete.